all this paper floating around, I want you to give me some advice about what I should keep instantly at hand for reference and material. I've got my Delta plan. I've opened it to Chapter 2, which is where we're going to start, I'm told. I've also pulled out of my packet open issues, which I assume, although it is not a complete list, because this is being updated all the time, is the current list that you guys have prepared, the Delta Stewardship Council staff has prepared, through the chapters. Now, these are not the technical changes, they're not the editing changes, they're just kind of policy issues. Okay, and then I've got a memo called Panel Members Top 5 List, which is Ms. Messer's attempt to digest the letters from virtually all of the parties sitting at the table or the organizations they represent that we've received within the last 12 hours to see if there can be a 5 or 6 bullet point summary of what they're saying so we can focus down on the issue. And it was pretty easy with Aqua and the Ag Urban Coalition because they put numbers on paragraphs, and there are 6 of them, right? So how are we going to walk through all this?
Okay, what I would do myself is that's not a product, because I think, hey, these guys are here, they're going to speak for themselves, so I don't think I need to keep that, though it's nice to have a little advance warning. What they said was important. So myself, I'm keeping the open issues spreadsheet.
Open issues.
And I've got my Delta plan handy when we get to things that need more detail.
Okay.
There are obviously many other comment letters. We've got the ISBs. We've got dozens more coming in. There's going to be points you want to bring up. For the next hearing, we'll be bringing you back a matrix of that displays all the comments we've received as we had for this 5th draft. And so we'll be able to review all of those as well.
Okay. I think I'm going to propose something. I think we should reserve 10 minutes of the hour that's set aside for this chapter and all future chapters for public comments outside the panel comments. And if you would flag that, because there's no other way I know to proceed. I don't see a lot of strangers in the room, but I see a lot of people who have been here many times before. So we have heard testimony from everyone on most things so far, and I want to get down to what's new, what's different, what's still important, and so on. So,
in addition to the comments, at the next hearing, we'll be bringing you back a list, much like the errata sheet that we prepared for today's meeting, or that will, in that case, compile revisions to the text that we're suggesting that try to respond to the various comments we've heard. We get many editorial suggestions, and while it's for the staff, it's a struggle to have to go through and try to revise text yet one more time. Okay. What we're trying to do, of course, is create a plan that everybody recognizes as providing the preferred direction for state and local actions in the Delta. And we want to make sure it speaks to as many folks as we can in as language that's as clear as possible. So we'll be bringing that, as well as a list of errata, back to you at the next hearing for final action. At the conclusion of that future hearing, we're going to ask you to give us as clear a direction as you can about the final draft of the Delta plan, and then delegate to the chair and vice chair the responsibility to review a red line draft that would incorporate those changes prior to its release with a supplement to the programmatic EIR, and then initiating also the process with the Office of Administrative Law over the course of the summer.
You want us to start with Chapter 2?
I do, yeah.
Mr. Ray, summarize Chapter 2 and the staff's issues that are open. And
well, of course, Chapter 2 is the description of...
Mr. Chairman?